Welcome again, everyone. Jerry's Old Guy Review with a special Thanksgiving episode of Table Talk. Thank you to everyone. I'm having a great Thanksgiving this year, thanks to all of you. Viewers, subscribers, you guys are fabulous, and thank you. But today's episode of Table Talk, to repay your gratuitous kindness, today's episode is 6 wheels are better than 4. This, in case you've been under a rock, is the Sen 450, and it's stuck. Oh. And then it's not stuck. So I felt, other than the fact that I thought I timed this better with the heater, we're going to move this over here. And for those of you who did not watch the build video, I decided to finally buy one and pimp it out. Okay, sorry, I had to let the heater shut off because now that the new table's done, I'm closer to the heater, and I didn't want you guys to have to hear it. Wait 1 second here. I think I'm missing one thing. There we go. I didn't have all the lights turned on. There we go. We'll see if that brightened it up. So, getting back to the fact that Sen just released the Sicario. And thanks to my buddy Troca RC, it is a SEMA build of a 65 Chevy. They made it a dually. They made it a crew cab. Beautiful. Well, Sen decided to use it on this DL platform. Now, this is not the Sen for everybody, sitting right in front of you. I call it Sen. Some people just call it CN. So, when I got this truck, because it was on sale, and I only paid $319 for it. Well, lo and behold, the Sicario is out, so it's $399. So now all these 450s are on sale for, you guessed it, $319. Now, I have heard the intraweb. Sorry, this is going to be a bit of Let It Fly and Table Talk combined, because there are some people who just can't wrap their minds around this truck. This truck can be upgraded to be multi-purpose. And that is the biggest goal on my channel, is to take a truck, see what it can do, and basically buy it for a purpose. So everybody was saying this truck is a trail truck. It is a tow truck. That is all. Well, I hate to break it to the Google machine and the intrawebs and the YouTubies that any RC truck has potential. This truck I designed in my mind to be multi-purpose. And the new one is basically the same truck. So this one I went for functionality, weight, and pimp outishness. And because I have never just, well, I lie. I once made a slash two-wheel drive and bought every STRC part for it. That truck was blue aluminum heaven. That was pure pimpery. Had nothing to do with performance. Of course, it did make it damn near indestructible. But of course, as happens, I had a coworker at work who wouldn't leave me alone, so I sold it to him. But this truck I used because if you've watched the channel for an hour and 30 minutes total, you will know that I don't automatically run to the name brand of everything. This truck, for anyone that, oh, I don't need this, I don't like this, nobody makes parts for it, Sen makes every upgrade for this truck you can imagine. And I did a lot of it on there. There is aluminum. There is sway bar kits. There are links. There are hubs. I looked at the prices on their hop-up parts and said, holy crap, these are cheap. So I bought them. And then I went to one of my go-tos. I don't know where he is other than A-Main, but Scale by Chris. Scale by Chris, I've got the door handles on here. I'm not sure without looking for everything else. But I wanted lights. I live in Alaska. Right now, it is dark. Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Currently, in North Pole, it's minus 21 degrees Fahrenheit with partly cloudy skies. Tonight,
Alexa, stop. There you go, minus 21 degrees. I can't drive this truck outside right now. I could, but I don't feel like getting in my snowsuit to go stand outside and watch this truck drive around in the dark. But it would be fabulous. And we're going to do a quick walk around. You know, I would prefer if you guys went back and found the videos that I made on the builds of the Sen 450, but I'm not going to be that guy. It's Thanksgiving. Hopefully you're not a Chicago fan. I'm just pointing to my left over here. Another reason I won't get sportsy on you, but my Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions. 10-1. This video is before the game, so I don't know. Are we going to be 11-1? In 50 years. I don't know what to do with myself. But that we're not talking about that right now. I'm so giddy. That said, I love it. I did not think, I did not want it, I did not imagine I would have a use for it. But since I've had it, this truck out of the box is only for on the trail, a very smooth groom trail. Almost as smooth as a baby's ass, you might say. This truck will perform excellent. It is in the low gear, is how it comes. And I can whip shitties with it. It's a dually. It has ridiculous wheels and tires on it. But the Sicario has ridiculous rims, but the tires are beefier. The only way to upgrade this is some Proline dually tire wheels. And I've got them in my cart, but I just haven't bought them. But here's my thing. You can get all the Sen aftermarket. $399 for a truck that's almost identical. There's a little bit of tidbits on there. But do I want to spend $399 and buy another one? Or do I want to pay $319 and buy a body and tires? I'd have to buy wheels and tires because, of course, they're glued on. So, wait a minute. Let me get partially in the picture here. Yep. Glued like it's a broken china vase, and your mom and dad are going to be home in an hour. So, I'm kicking it around. This truck, well, you know what? Let's just do something real quick. So, what I'm going to do in a later video is disconnect the sway bars. You know what? We might do it in this one. Let's just see real quick, because this has got, in my pimpery, of course, it needs a new servo. The Sen servo is ridiculous. Of course, we got the sound kit, the DSS. So I put the diff lockers in it, and the diff lockers alone make it a different truck. You know, it could use a little easier speed control. Oish! I'm not even going to stop the video on that one. I was not paying attention. And I flipped it right over. And with the sway bars, that's what allows that to happen. The sway bars, if you disconnect them, zip tie them out of the way, this truck has a ton of clearance. The axles, let's see, because I'm trying this angle view over here. Let's see. Can we get it up on a better? Now, if you were off the trail with this truck, that's not bad. I mean, you can zoom in on it. That engine shuts off so quick. Now, if the sway bars were disconnected, that axle wouldn't be anywhere near that direction. But that's just to prove a point that with some beefier tires, that truck is actually more capable. Oh, well, we'll remove this over here. Man, stop looking at that Lions. Now, here's the power shift. So, here's a big complaint. Now, you zoom in on the fog lights and the headlights. That is a little bit of paint thinner and some, wait a minute, let me see. And some, what are those friggin' things called? Goddamn things you put in your ear. Oh, my bad. Q-tips. So, right there, let me see if we can turn off another light. That is about 15 minutes worth of work to clear those headlights up. And then I got some actual Meguiar's plastic cleaner. But roof lights, marker lights, clearance lights. That's what a big dually's supposed to look like. I mean, let's back her up. You got the 2 lights. Oh yeah. It's always on. You've got the clearance lights back there. This truck, I mean, Sen Racing has done what not too many manufacturers can do to make me go out and spend money on a Ford. Bigger tires. Let's see, wait a minute. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see if I can get this closer now. I don't know what I'm doing. Welcome to my brain thinking all on its own. Woo! You know what? As big as this is, with those Delios, with that little obstacle part in the front there. Here we go. Let's just do this. All right. And then we're going to kick the lights back on. Because you might say I'm just rambling. And 93.7% of the time you'd be correct. But this... oh, wait a minute. Here's my coup de grace. Let's see. That's the joy of the power shift. That box in the back controls all the lights. And just by touching them, you can turn it on and off. So cool. Now, I heard that you don't have to buy the diff locks. That you can... RC Review told us how to do it. But I'll be danged if I can find that video anywhere. So, I mean, I think I paid for both of them together were $15 for the lockers. And that's for 2. So, I don't remember other than $15. I mean, when you're cheap, like I like to be, you know, just hearing the word $15 is pretty cheap. Now, a lot of the other stuff, don't tell the wife. But if you go back, watch the build video, you're going to hear me tell you prices. Don't tell Miss Diane, because God knows I don't want to be in that kind of trouble. But luckily, she never asked me how much I pay for stuff, and I like that. That is, don't ask, don't tell, is a good mantra to live by with your wife. But go back and watch some of the videos, the build videos, the drive videos. You know, I drove out on the course. I drove on the rock, some parts of the rock trail with it. Those are all with the sway bars. So, you know, I was tickled. The body could be a bit bigger, but, you know, it's an F450. I think it should be a bigger vehicle. But it's still fabulous. But now here is the coup de grace. This vehicle has adjustable wheelbase, adjustable a lot of things. Everything's compatible with RC products on the market. This to me, for $300, if you get one of the old stocks, this is a hell of an opportunity for a crazy build. Now, you see in the background, this is something I like about my new table. I didn't realize that until I was prepping for this video. I've got platforms that I can always throw a truck up on while I'm doing some table talking. But this truck right here we go. Let's just let's just flip it up. Let's see if we can see this. Oh, I can't even tell. Okay, we're gonna bring it closer. So, look at that metal chassis. Look at all these holes. What remotely you could make a six-wheeler. Hell, as long as this is, you get a couple sets of the frame rails, you could make an eight-wheeler with this. This vehicle not only is unique, very unique. I mean, it is. Proline's had their kits to make dualies for a couple years now. But this is a dually kit right out the window. And if you want it to be, this is, with the sway bars and all that stuff, that's great for towing, but it's also great for speed. This truck is very peppy in the low gear that it's in right now. You put this in high gear, this thing's crazy fast. And then you throw a 3S in it. Wow, them monsters are upstairs having a hootenanny. You put a 3S in this thing, this is a ripper. So, literally one screw, well, 4 screws. You take those 4 screws out, you can rip your ass to your crawling area, undo 4 screws, and go trail with it. And then get done trailing with it a little bit, put your 4 screws back in, then you go rip around the yard again. Fabulous. I love it. Got my cordless screwdriver. That'd only take me a couple minutes and some zip ties. Originally, when I saw this truck, I wanted nothing to do with it. First of all, it was a Ford. Second of all, I just looked at it. What would I do with this? Those tires, while small and worthless looking, are a bit more on the trail than I thought they'd be. And is that not the biggest excitement in RC, is to take a vehicle, have an expectation, and then have it surpass your expectations? That to me is the sheer joy of our hobby. And before I just keep rambling on, let's end it there. The Sen F450 DL platform, Sicario. Don't let expectations or what people say hinder you from realizing the joy that is this vehicle. And now the new one with the fatter tires and whatnot on it, I feel I need it. I was kind of 50-50 when I started making this video. But as I've talked to you, the feelings I have for this truck, which the body could be a little beefier. It's supposed to be an F450 badass dually. Let's make it wider. The length is good. Let's make it wider and a little beefier. Sen, not that you sit around and say, hot damn, Jerry's got a new video out, we better check it out. But meanwhile, that is my only complaint with this truck. Well, 2 complaints. The lowrider gangster wheels are ridiculous. But it needs to be beefier. Make it wider, and then adjust the rest of the proportions to go along with the width. And again, thanks to all of you for, to this point, the great year that we've shared together, we've had together, we've learned about each other. And once again, I can't succeed on this channel without you guys. And again, you guys make me feel like I'm succeeding, and I can't thank you enough. Happy Thanksgiving from myself and the crew, and we will talk to you on the next one.